That's right. But let's play.
I'm ready.
Okay, well, when we last left our heroes,
That other one that people think was happened didn't actually exist.
you may want to set it to like 40% zoom or something like that. You may recall that last week's episode, our heroes were invited on an all-expense-paid trip to visit SHIELD Research and Development Headquarters based out in Arizona. In New Mexico, excuse me. On the plane flight over, you had a problem with TSA, but thanks to some clever thinking and some mind control, a new member called the Whisper, you managed to get through security without any problems. When you were seated on the plane, some of you did very well in terms of seating, but not all of you got first class. And unfortunately, you really did very poorly with the airplane lottery because there was a man hell-bent on crashing the plane.
I got the super. I can't do it. What? I got the supermodel's phone number.
Oh yeah, that's right. The nerd was able to help save the plane, but it was really the heroic actions of the Bat, who.
Yeah, hi. We're about to crash. Oh, go to the nearest airport. Okay, great, because we didn't think of that. Yeah, good work there.
Fortunately, one of you is a professional pilot. That would be the millionaire Brian Baird, a.k.a. the Bat.
You're a bad at many talents.
He brought you in, safe and sound, and 20 minutes ahead of schedule, where a limousine was waiting for you.
Well, that people a lot of speed.
Why are we flying commercial?
Yeah, like,
just
really, I thought that was a good
I want the Shield Gary to pick us up next time.
A capture and a couple mutants, like...
There's only one of those now. I think you have to really rank to qualify. You guys work for the TSA. You should be glad that you flew first class, some of you. Anyways, on the limousine ride down, you caught up on local news where you found that the second of the two criminals that you foiled previously in other sessions, the man known as Googleplex, he was taken custody after you assisted capturing him, and he was killed en route to the villain containment unit center. His body was desiccated, dried up, like dehydrated, a husk of what it was.
Planes are very low humidity.
It could do that.
Same thing, though. This was a drive, not a fly.
You also recall that the first supervillain that you fought, Woolly Mammoth, was taken to Supervillain Containment Center, and there was a break-in, and he was killed. His body was found in the exact same format. By the time that you pulled up to the R&D center of SHIELD, you had finally learned also that they had some video footage of the break-in of that first attack, and there was a creature seen on the videotape.
Let's see the video.
And well, and the creature looked pretty terrifying. You may want to zoom in.
Anorexic.
It looked like that. And it was bathed in sunlight. On the video, it showed that it was taking bullets, and it was almost simultaneously healing the bullet wounds. And then it sort of went out the door after attacking the villain and disappeared. As you arrived at SHIELD headquarters...
Did he actually touch the villain, or did he shoot the villain?
It's kind of hard to say because the camera was only in a fixed set. So he goes kind of off camera, and then something happens. Bullets are firing, and then he re-emerges, and then he walks down the hallway and leaves.
Remember, when running a maximum security supervillain prison, make sure you have...
Did they make everybody forget immediately?
Do not allow them to pivot.
Jeff, what was your question?
Did they make everybody forget immediately?
No, every single person who survived the attack remembered. Oh, Men in Black reference? Oh, right. Oh, they do look like the Silence, don't they?
Nana? Nana? That looks like Nana. What is it, dear? What you saying?
Nick Fury is happy to have you, and after initial introductions, a somewhat gruff, tough initial introduction, because it looks like your colonel put a bit of a practical joke on you, he gives you a tour of the facilities where you see some amazing technologies, including a never-before-seen armor that can seamlessly merge, knock twice, and unmerge. Not even one of your strongest members, Mike the Tank, was able to pierce it with his strength. During that time, you did make some additional follow-up phone calls. The nerd made a call to his brother, a 14-year-old computer hacker, and the nerd sort of bent the rules a little bit. He inserted a USB port into one of the SHIELD computers, trying to go the Tony Stark route. Unfortunately, it didn't seem to work out. The brother was not able to find that the software did not install. He couldn't ping it or anything like that. But the brother was given a task to do some research on the Greys. Meanwhile, Brian Baird called a good friend of his, a professor of Sumerian history, to ask him if he had ever heard of such a thing. And the professor chuckled good-naturedly, but he hadn't heard anything. And in a flash of insight, the nerd also asked Nick Fury if he had heard of such a thing as Greys. And there was just the slightest hint of a flash on his face, a twitch of his, just a momentary twitch of his lip. And then Nick Fury said that he had never heard of such a thing. He showed you then an overview of what you would be facing for the test of the External Defense Module 9, otherwise known as the Enforcement Droid number 9. And you can see that here.
Bob, I do have a... Bob, what is the size of that?
You would... the specs that come up on the holographic display suggest that it is about 15 feet, maybe-ish, maybe 12 to 15 feet. Difficult to say.
As big as a tank?
Possibly as big as a tank, maybe bigger.
Oh, I was talking about the tank.
Oh, as big as Max the Tank? Oh, much bigger. Much bigger. I mean, this is...
Max the Tank?
Bob, I do have a ton of
That's certified, but we're going to find out.
Oh, you have knowledge of archaeological history? You haven't heard of anything like this. If you want to make me a roll, we can see.
Oh, he does.
I can and I will.
Ooh, sealed for freshness.
One of these.
So it's your which?
Work that way. Yeah, bad contact. That's true. Fine. It keeps the rotten.
Okay, +1 CS.
Okay, so what's your biggest intelligence attribute? Is it reason? Is it intuition?
Psyche?
I'll-
Reason is 26.
I would go reason plus. So shift over 1 to reason. So that takes you from remarkable to incredible, and you got to get it in a green, let's say, or let's see what you get really.
63.
Where does that put you? Are you in the yellow?
What did I say was remarkable or incredible?
Right now it's incredible with your +1 from archaeology.
Incredible would be yellow.
Okay. You have familiarity with some of your previous studies that there are cave paintings stretching all the way back to Sumerian times of people from the stars with large, dark eyes that match the description of that creature, pointing heavenly, towards the stars. Of course, there are rumors that technology existed, such as the pyramids and stone rings that appeared to be like calendars that could predict time frames that were well beyond the technology of that time. And only now are we discovering such things. But you haven't heard anything specific about things that are exactly like the Greys.
You are completely sure, though, at one point, one of those cave drawings was pointing directly at me. Where they were pointing heavenly.
Because you can fly?
Because he's GLF.
I'm a GLF.
Godlike figure.
Oh.
And if you want to click on a picture of my camera for a moment.
We do.
Jeff?
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 You drive the mouse? Mouse driver?
What happens when you fall asleep?
Bottom, down.
Yep, right there.
To the right. One to the right. There you go. Click on that.
So now there's a new category of distracted gamer. You didn't get too much on what its capabilities were, but you did get a short video demonstrating a little bit.
I would say, Brian, you probably don't want to
160 miles an hour?
fly a rocket.
106 miles.
Only if it's going straight and I'm not in front of you.
And now you might want to click on the D20 icon to get back into the game. Now, last but not least, there was one more discovery, one more piece of information that was revealed to you during your briefing. You guys might recall this. After your discussion of the upcoming tests,
Nick Fury swore you to secrecy, and he had a package, a case brought into the room. When they opened up the case, he revealed an arm of mechanical origin. He shared with you that this item was discovered in 1968 in the deserts of Nevada, New Mexico. Initial testing suggested it was 72 years old. However, after John Jones the Whisperer reviewed the materials, he actually found the materials were closer to 90 years old. Even more interesting, when Andy the android reviewed the arm, which was about the size of a child's, he found a serial number and make that perfectly matched his own. And in fact, Andy concluded with 100% certainty that this arm was his.
How was the arm removed? I forgot.
The arm appears to have been blasted off. It does not appear to have been like neatly surgically disconnected. There are fragments of it, sharp pieces of metal.
Oh, God. That was a whole arm, not just a hand.
Wait, so let me make sure I understand this.
Mm-hmm.
The arm actually was Andy's arm.
Thank goodness.
Andy believes that that is indeed his arm.
His future arm found in the past.
What is this, back to the freaking future?
In the past.
The one I currently have, it matches up the serial number to the one that's on me right now.
That's what I wanted to make
Are
sure.
you sure the board doesn't have the same serial number as you?
No, he's 002.
You look human though, right? I mean, you have like biologic skin and you don't look
Synthetic biological.
Yeah, but it's all deteriorated at that point. Decom. Okay.
And Nick Fury did share with you, he questioned Andy the android, asked him if he was part of a CDC project, in which he responded, yes, he was. And Nick Fury then shared that this arm was actually used to design you.
Oh, you just made a paradox.
Yeah, what a paradox that would be.
Yeah. It's kind of like if you were sent back in time to protect the mother of the leader of your faction, and then ended up being his father.
Or being sent back in time and meeting your grandfather, accidentally killing him and having sex with your grandmother, and then realizing that you are your own grandfather.
This is like the whole Joel sex conversation you guys
Or it's like you went back and found an almanac of sports. Never mind.
Moving on.
It's a good Futurama episode. You should check it out. Okay, at this point, after a whole lot of confusion and additional discussion, it was getting pretty late in the evening. They discussed the timing of the testing for tomorrow. Brian Baird specifically requested that it be done after the sun went down, given his sensitivity to sunlight, which Nick Fury readily agreed. You guys were then permitted to go your separate ways.
Actually, I have a question about Brian's limitations and the location.
Okay.
Does artificial light bother you? And will the area be lit so that we're not doing this testing in the dark?
Energy light.
Yes.
Oh, great. Because my opinion would have been did it to the desert. I had a couple options in the desert.
Nick?
We could still go to the desert.
Artificial light does not bother him, but you imagine, Brian realizes this, I'm not sure if you would share this with the group, Brian, but that if somebody had rigged up like a UV lamp that really matched what you get out of the sun, that might work on you, at least to some limited degree, who can say. They know nothing of this. This is your secret.
The other one, I can wrap it around her neck.
What I guarantee you wrote by the program.
As you finish your briefing,
Wait, don't I just turn sparkling in sunlight? Like if I get those only Sorry.
you finish your briefing.
3 in the morning.
You each go to your rooms. I think there was some follow-up after the game. For example, the nerd had received a phone number from the cute girl on the airplane, but he maybe was a little curious, so he passed that phone number to his 14-year-old hacker brother. The brother was able to pull back all sorts of information on her. She was a model out of California. He was able to pull up her credit card records and see that she's done a lot of... Amy, the nerd's wife is laughing at this. And that she had had a lot of travel expenses and a lot of hotel stays.
And purchases of Victoria's Secret.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You found that as well.
Hollywood. Even better.
She did not seem to be suspicious. He could trace back her purchase activity going back about 10 years. And he even found she was on a swimsuit cover for Sports Illustrated going 3 years ago. Just one page. She was October.
So basically, I'm going to be the guy from the Cars. It was hideous man of show business marrying, what was it, Paulina Forrest Cola? Supermodel extraordinaire.
Yeah.
That's going to be.
Interesting.
Lyle love it and Jordan Roberts has to be the worst.
Yeah.
A wrinkle case at least isn't as wrinkly as Lyle Lovett was in his heyday.
Anyway, so I made I did that. Yeah.
That was your background research, and I think that might bring us up to present time.
Actually, I have a question for Nick Fury.
Okay.
Use your voice.
I will use my voice now. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, thanks for
Nick,
reminding
I'm
me.
wondering if you have a device that would be like a fold-up staff. You know, it would only be about 6 inches long, with a button in the middle. You press it and it would expand to 6 or 8, to 5 or 6 feet long, all metal that I could charge and use as a weapon.
Like a baton.
So you're looking for something like a telescopic baton?
Yes.
We've got one thing. It's not telescopic, but it is a baton, and it's made out of a composite of the metal that I showed you previously. Any interest? Let me see what we can do. Talk to me in the morning.
Yes.
You can do like Robin now with his brothers.
By the way,
Actually, I'm looking to be a ranger from Babylon 5, because those guys were awesome.
half a katana.
Half a katana?
So a kata?
It's like a
So you're asking
it's like
Nick,
a long dagger.
So you're talking like
My inventory. I never use
a
it.
It's a ranger.
oh, you carry a,
It's like a razor.
oh, this is what you carry in your inventory.
Correct.
All right, and this is a good time for us to just confirm.
So it's like a wakizashi?
I want to know,
Exactly.
in your normal day-to-day, what do you carry with you? And by the way, how did you get that past security then if you're carrying a katana? Did you have it mailed, much like the nerd had his slingshot and bullets mailed?
It was the handle of the
Alright.
suitcase.
Very good. All right, so we're going to go around the room real quick. I want to understand what you normally carry on you, and we'll just keep that as a default for the rest of the game. So maybe we'll start with the people who've already put thought into this. Brian Baird, the bat.
Cell phone, ID, business cards.
Cash?
$50.
Okay.
No, wait.
You're rich.
$500.
Okay. Sounds good. And
a couple credit cards.
okay, and like some sort of pouch or something to carry that in?
Okay,
Okay, very good.
Come on, what happened to bandolier?
I have a bandolier.
Oh, and a bandolier.
No, just
You
a
want the
bandolier.
bandolier.
No thing. I'd forgotten that I was using a bandolier.
Clothes or no clothes?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just your bat bits are out there.
That's our internal.
Very good. And the nerd, what do you traditionally carry on you?
When I'm not in costume.
I would say like when you're in costume, when you're normally fighting crime.
In costume, I carry with me a cell phone that will not trace back to me,
Okay. Courtesy your brother.
courtesy of my brother. I carry roughly 75 Marvel-sized ball bearings that I use in my slingshot or for other purposes. A small quantity of cash, because you never know when you need a cow.
That's true.
And now I'm looking to have a collapsible baton, much like the Rangers of Babylon 5 had.
Okay. And do you have a slingshot? Did I hear
Yes,
that
I
right?
have the slingshot.
Okay.
No, just the balls.
Well, that's
Big
good
ones.
because you didn't have any balls before, so.
Oh.
Big ones.
Okay. Who wants to go next on what they have on their inventory?
I'll go because it's very easy.
Okay.
I don't really have very much.
Self-sufficient.
Mostly
Just
because
spam.
I am not exactly who I appear to be.
Very
So.
interesting.
So I have an ID, but none of it is real.
Very interesting. Okay.
And
All
I
right.
have some very small bills.
Oh.
You should pay
You know,
those.
5, 10,
Okay.
20, 30 bucks.
I'll pay
I have no credit cards,
Okay.
so no checkbook that anybody knows about. Typically in my pocket I carry a Leatherman tool,
Okay.
and in my boot I carry a small dagger and a set of
Okay,
lockpicks.
define small.
Lockpicks.
Okay.
No, that's
That's small one.
Nope. Just a standard 6-inch boot.
That's not a knife.
If anybody knows anything from a military perspective, they would know that it is a Navy SEAL knife.
Okay.
It actually has SEAL markings on it.
It's my wife.
But
Have you
nobody's
ever
ever
seen one?
probably seen it, so
I would have no idea what I was looking at anyway.
Oh, Josh, by the way, I'm wondering, should we put out the microphone from the other machine just to make sure we've got good sound for everyone?
We've tried to use it in the past when I've been over there. We've never gotten the microphone to work off that machine.
Oh, okay. It's only when we have a laptop.
Yeah, I think what happens is the video card, because it has HDMI, overrides the sound card.
Gotcha.
And it doesn't work.
Okay. All right, so that's 3 of us down. Who wants to go next? Oh, you're... Okay. What do you got?
Fantastic. I have that small blade
Mm-hmm.
that I carry with me. Or wallet. It's the Illuma wallet, as seen on TV, by the way.
So it's a metallic wallet.
Correct.
All right.
And
Well,
there's
the
no...
fact that it goes trouble go through security. Thanks.
No, it's okay, because it can go right through security. No cash. Never carry cash on me.
Okay.
As
My
well.
wallet's RFID shielded.
And I also...
Is yours metallic as well?
It is RFID shielded.
Okay. All right.
I thought you having a duct tape wallet.
I just carry cash.
I also
no
carry...
ID. I carry cash and no ID.
Oh, that's it.
Carry what?
A dog whistle.
A dog whistle. Okay. What's that made out of? Plastic or metal or what?
Metal dog whistle.
All right. Very good. Anything else? All right. And that leaves Andy the android looking like an 8-year-old boy.
My cell phone is built into me.
I carry a lot.
Oh, awesome.
Think Total Recall, the new one?
Yeah.
See it?
I have not, but I get the idea.
It has the hand where the cell phone is actually built into the hand.
Is it built into the... It's a one hand or both hands?
Just the non-hand that was found.
Okay. Because
Can you trace the last call?
Bob, I have a Captain Crunch whistle.
See, that was weird. He had me...
You have a Captain...
Since nobody would believe that the 8-year-old boy would have credit cards, he carries none.
Okay.
He has a slight opening in his leg where he can carry cash.
Wait a minute, I thought you were going to say beer.
A slight opening where you can... Okay, very good. So you've got cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
$100.
All right.
As far as everybody
That's
knows, I actually do
And-
not have
Just
a
because
cell
it's
phone.
part of
And a basic,
when Amy's down about it, this thing is really good.
And a basic what?
basic knife of, what you call a knife?
Utility knife?
Swiss Army knife, yeah.
Swiss Army? Okay. Very good. So I think that now covers everyone.
Well, you could break that in acting.
Yeah, it's tough though.
Yeah, it's mythical, but you
Yeah.
can do it.
I could. Might take me a few days to get right. But.
Okay, so that morning you wake up, and I assume just like the morning previous, you will all get together for breakfast in the cafeteria.
Oh,
We'll break off fast dining together.
Very good.
I got some vibration from my good buddy.
He charges you back up? Okay. The rate of charge, you have a 63 power vibration rate,
Yes.
and you have 26 charges. So I'm going to say your charge rate is basically 5 charges per hour if you're charging off of the bat.
Right. I think I used maybe 5 last.
And so we'll say you're fully charged, but let's keep it in. Your recharge rate is going to be 5 per hour. Okay?
I forgot to ask, sorry, from last session, like, my regen rate is 3 HP per day. 3 HP per day? Am I right?
What is your endurance number?
Excuse me, it's up to 10 now.
So it's 10. Right now it's 10 per day.
Oh, okay. But
And-
I just, like, have I been screwing up by just, like, after each day and the game went by, I set it back to full?
Well,
Have I not been doing that?
let's just say for these purposes, the facilities are so good. Maybe there's something in the food, and the bed was fantastic. One of the best beds you've ever slept in, and you were
And I
able...
slept in some expensive beds.
Exactly.
I feel some nice electromagnetic radiation in this place.
If any of you have
Soothing.
any damage to you, except for your pinky, you are fully healed of that damage. And by the next day, by the way, your pinky is 3/4 back. It's like you have a miniature pinky. It's a little weird when you look at it, but you don't pay too much attention to it.
I asked Nick if there's a place I go I need to burn off some energy.
He says, "What do you mean? Like we got a track, we've got a full gym with facilities."
I need something that I could bounce into and be a little bit more aggressive with.
Think warp on steroids.
We got a desert. We got 300 miles of desert in the backyard. Go crazy.
You don't care if I go, tear it up a little bit?
It's government property. Do what you like with it. Hell, we use that for weapons testing. So
Yeah, if you've got an artillery field,
I'm gonna
that'd
go,
be perfect.
I go smash myself into a couple mountains.
okay, you feel immeasurably better. And just a note that I think from now on, if you go for a day without using your power, what we'll say is that you feel so jumpy that you can't quite focus. It'll be a -1 shift.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah, that's perfect. Kind of like the way I am normally.
And the food that you have is fantastic. They are doing such clever things with the culinary sciences even. They made you
They made you a scrambled egg leveraging anti-gravity, so the egg never actually touches the surface of the pan. It cooks in midair. It is the lightest, fluffiest.
Is that the one that comes, that gets pooped out of the?
No, that is nasty.
What are you referring to?
It's the,
You do. I think you only sent it to me. You crack the egg into this tube thing, and it cooks it in the tube, and then it just squeezes it out of the tube, so the egg comes out in like a cylinder shape.
And you put a stick in there and eat the egg on a stick.
Oh, wow.
No, it looks absolutely just. Oh. Excuse me.
It looks like it's coming out of our
Mike, you try it? So the food is fantastic.
Sorry.
And after you finished eating, you relax. You, nerd, get a phone call from your brother. He's like, hey, are you going to tell me where you are yet?
Well, I assume you've traced this call already. You know.
You're in New Mexico.
So, yes, I know where I am. Thank you very much.
This does not exist anywhere on any phone map anywhere.
All right, let's stop talking about it because they're going to take my phone away if they know you know where I am.
All right.
I will tell you when I get back.
Listen, you asked me to look up stuff on aliens. I just watched 3 episodes of this really old television series called X-Files. It was so good. Let me tell you, it was fantastic. But other stuff? No, I didn't see too much. Oh, but check this out. He texts you a picture. It's an old picture. It's like black and white. And
Greatest alien autopsy.
I know.
it seems to be in front of some sort of building that is demolished. You can see maybe a cop car that's turned over a little bit or crashed into a building. You're not sure. It's all black and white. It's very grainy. And there's
by the make of the car?
There's a little sign in the back that says.
it's like there you see a '56 Chevy in the background, and there's a bunch of people, and it seems like it's like some sort of catastrophe or something. And in the back, sort of just out of shot, you see like something kind of grayish and fuzzy, and it looks maybe like a bit of a wing and a leg. And he's like, I don't think that's an alien, but that was the only thing I could find. If you want to do an intuition check, you are welcome to.
Boy, raise that to a 30.
Are you at lunch right now? Are you at breakfast with this? Are we all looking at this?
This is after breakfast. This is you receive a telephone call.
Oh, so we're not privy to this.
Well, if he chooses to share his conversation with you.
40.
40?
Yes, my intuition is remarkable.
So
40 puts me in green.
just barely in the green. How about that?
I'll take it.
It looks familiar. It looks really familiar. You think that wing might be the wing of a large bat.
Oh, Christ, we're going to transport it back in.
We already covered that.
Gotta go back in time.
He's like, that's all I got, though.
Okay, well, thank you. And by the way, if you wish to watch more X-Files, I suggest the episode Home.
Home, huh?
Home.
Okay, I'll go torn it.
Not watch it at night before bed.
Oh, okay. Well, I never sleep, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Anybody remember that one?
Is that the inbred people
Yes.
living in the house? Oh, that was
That
creepy.
one was so freaky, they showed it once, and they didn't show it again for like 5 years, because it was really that freaky.
That was
You're gonna have to
It's
see it.
very Angels, Doctor Who aspect where it's
Yeah,
creepy as all.
Oh, it is.
that was a great episode. It really was.
I said 1.21 gigawatts to my intern today. You can now look at it,
So home,
but
definitely.
is that from a long time ago, like the 80s?
Thanks.
Yeah, it's from the 80s.
Good luck. Don't get killed out there, whatever you're
Send me
doing.
your review at home later.
I will. Do you want anything else?
Any more information on the supermodel would be nice.
I don't have too much more, but I'll keep an eye out if I see anything else.
She did a movie. Tell me, if you have some time, let's do a little research on time travel. Since we seem to be having things we're seeing in the past outside of what you've shown me.
Like, is there another X-File episode I can watch that
Let's
relates to
talk
this?
about actual research.
All right, I'll see. Anything else?
+1, as soon as it comes out for you.
Really?
Do me good.
Okay. It's a deal.
Do me good.
I gotta go.
Got it.
We'll see you later.
Good brother. Got it.
Thank you.
He hangs up the phone.
Do me good, brother.
Okay, so at this point, I would say it's about 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Hulk Hogan.
I think
sun's going to go down about 8 o'clock. It's going to be totally dark by 8.
When do we start stretching out?
Is there anything else you want to do in terms of preparations prior to the
You
test?
have the extra nerd. You're going to do a little cardio X.
Okay.
A little yoga.
There's
Charge myself up.
you charged up. You have all your charges back. They feed you a special generator which charges you in twice the time. By the way.
Half the time, you mean.
Or half the time. Excuse me.
Would anybody suggest I take over the mind of somebody close to SHIELD to find out any more information on this thing we're going to be fighting?
Yeah, that thing looks like it's a robot.
Mind you, you'd have to muzzle the person that I get into because they're going to go into my body.
I would think no, because I think we're doing this for SHIELD.
Yeah, we are doing it for, and I don't think we want to really burn that bridge because they're gonna know.
Hey, nerd.
Yeah,
That
every
looks like
advantage
this guy's
we can.
run by a computer.
Yes.
It looks like it might be able to be hacked. Think you can get your brother to see what you
Well, they're
come
all
up with?
doing their thing.
Anywhere.
Max decides he wants to go and have a couple conversations with some people.
Okay. Who is Max seeking out?
The general makes a phone call.
Called Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
Okay.
He also calls his contact.
Who is Max's contact?
He calls.
Doesn't he call?
He calls Tom Jones.
Tom Jones. It's not unusual. That's right. Let's see.
He is my, well, you know him as my former commanding officer, who is now head of the UN's Joint Task Force.
Oh, so he is an extremely high-level
Yes.
political contact on sort of a global governmental scale. You rolled a 99 to get that contact, I remember.
Yep, that's decent, right?
He's pretty connected.
Yeah.
He may have access to certain secrets that are not available elsewhere.
Level 7 secret?
Mhm. So which conversation are you having first? Colonel Sanders?
Yeah, I just want to Colonel Sanders conversation.
12 bucks
Just
for that.
make sure that he knows kind of what's going on here. I mean, I'm assuming
You're debriefing him.
kind of debriefing him, let him know, especially about this like weird stuff.
Okay.
That seems to be part of it.
Why would I have that?
From Andy.
Now, before you reveal about the robot arm, you do realize that you were sworn to secrecy at the highest level. So you still want to share that with Colonel Sanders?
I'm sorry, not Colonel, with Tom Jones.
Oh, with Tom. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to share that with a member of sort of the UN very high up.
Yes.
Okay. You're positive you want to do that.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But you don't remember, I don't have a phone.
You don't have a. Oh, right. You don't carry a phone, so you have to use SHIELD headquarters technology.
You can just fly there.
Well, you're in New Mexico, and he's based in Brussels.
Yeah.
So
I give him my phone. He asked if he can borrow my phone.
okay.
Standard procedure for there.
So who are we talking to first? Are we speaking with Tom Jones, or are we speaking with Colonel Sanders?
No, let's go with Tom Jones.
All right. Hello, Jones speaking. Who is this? I don't recognize this number.
Jones, it's Max.
Max. Oh, yes. Max, that's what you're calling yourself these days. How are you, Max? It's been a while.
I'm doing well, sir. It's good to hear your voice.
And you. I'm glad that I can actually hear your voice. It was touch and go there back 10 years ago. You saved my life.
It was, and you saved mine. You got me out of a lot of bad situations when I was younger.
Do you guys want to have this conversation where we can't hear it and Mike can just relay what he wants? Or
No, because this is not going to be that. I'm not going to be that deep.
I assume that you're not here just for social call.
No, I just wanted you to know that we are the group that you set me up with.
Oh, grope.
Grope, yeah.
I don't know what you're doing at such low levels, but if it makes you happy.
I feel like it's,
John Oliver.
I feel it's my charitable duty to give back to those less fortunate.
Well, I give you a lot of credit.
So many chances.
That's quite admirable. And what is Grope up to these days?
Well, we've been summoned over to SHIELD headquarters for some sort of training exercise.
Really?
I'm not sure, but can you do some digging for me and figure out what's going on? I mean, this is kind of a low-level group, and I would think that one of the higher-level ones might have been tasked for something like this.
Well, hang on a moment. I'm at my computer. I'll see what I've got. You hear keyboard clicking.
Did you, Michael?
I did. I sent him an invite. Did he not get it?
He just asked me if we set up a remote tonight. I said, just fine.
Yeah, I'll resend an invite to Joel.
Oh man, we were just like getting good. Oh.
Done. It's been sent out to him again. Should be in his email box. Yeah, I do see something here by SHIELD. Are you, where are you based out of right now?
We're somewhere in the New Mexico desert.
I've got a research and development item here. Relatively low level. Something to do with an enforcement droid?
Yes.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, they plan on us being like guinea pigs to test this thing out.
Sounds quite reasonable. Hang on, time out for 1 second.